Conservative MPs are threatening to fight against the Cabinet's decision to offer £40 billion to the European Union to pay for the so-called Brexit Divorce bill. Our political editor Ranveer Singh is at Westminster. Morning, Ranveer. So some MPs saying we're being blackmailed by Brussels, and the Prime Minister's initial offer of £20 billion was already generous.
Yeah, well, look, it was Britain that decided to leave the EU, but it seems that it is now Europe that seems to control the way we're going to leave and how we're going to get out of it. There was this 2-hour subcommittee, this inner Brexit war cabinet meeting yesterday. We're not entirely sure of the figure that they've agreed, but we do believe that they've agreed to pay more. And when you think about who's in that cabinet, you've got hardline Brexiteers like Boris Johnson and Michael Gove who have now agreed to pay more. It does make you think, actually, that no deal must be something that even they are desperate to avoid. But at a time when, you know, we've got the budget on Wednesday, the NHS is crying out for billions more, there are some people within the Conservative Party, even those who are pro-Brexit, who are saying, actually, enough is enough, and perhaps it's time to walk away from these talks. But of course, it's the European Union who have said, you show us more money, and by December the 14th and 15th, when we see you again, we'll consider starting talks about a transitional deal. But for one Tory former minister, Robert Halfon, it's simply not good enough.
We shouldn't hold up the white flag and say, yes, we're just going to hand out wads of taxpayers' cash to the European Union as if we're loads of money all of a sudden, because that means that money won't be spent on vital public services and cutting the cost of living for people at home.
And side by side, of course, the EU withdrawal bill, which is where all the EU laws get absorbed into UK law, continues its sort of controversial trot through the Commons. It's going to be debated again, line by line, scrutinised, all sorts of amendments being tabled there. But in the end, I suppose, for Theresa May and for the Cabinet, it's going to be quite a job then to convince the country that it's the right thing to do to be paying billions more and at the same time not look like we're being held over a barrel.
Ranveer, thanks very much.